All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1032, Kirby case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Kirby. Yes. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, this gentleman, Douglas Kirby, he stopped paying child support about a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Danny, he's 8 now. I want to know what is going on, and I want to know when he's gonna stop paying child support, please.
Okay.
Welcome back to Truth Court. Get ready, because this case is a tough one. Today, we're hearing from Miss Kirby, a stressed-out mom who's been paying all the bills for her 8-year-old son. Her ex-husband, Mr. Douglas Kirby, hasn't paid child support in 2 years. His reason? He says he has a serious medical condition that keeps him from working. But Miss Kirby doesn't believe him. She says he's pretending to be sick to avoid paying and is just living off government benefits. Meanwhile, she's stuck paying $300 a month just for their son's health insurance. This case is full of emotions, accusations, and a shocking twist. So the big question is Douglas really sick, or is he just trying to get out of his responsibilities? Let's find out.
How long has it been since he paid child support?
He paid for 3 years.
Okay.
And it's been 2 years since I haven't received anything.
Okay, 2 years, okay. And you said the child is 8?
Yes.
8 years, okay. All right, Mr. Kirby, is there a reason why you have not paid child support in 2 years?
Correct, Your Honor. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 3 years ago, and over the period of 8 months, it actually got really bad, and so I have not been able to really. I'm unemployed at the moment. I have not been able to work. I do, however, I receive disability and Social Security, and I've got the paperwork here if you need to see that.
Well, I have a copy of it up here with what was turned in.
Yes, Your Honor.
And here comes a bombshell from Miss Kirby. She doesn't just think Douglas is pretending to be sick. She thinks he's flat out lying. It's not just about his illness, but his whole way of living. According to her, she supported him for years, even encouraged him to get an IT degree. But as soon as he started doing well financially, he left. That's not just being petty. It feels like betrayal for money. But is she telling the truth, or is she just angry?
So I see award letters. He does receive Social Security and disability.
Well, first of all, I think he's lying. Second of all, he can work with minimal duties.
Well, what do you think he's lying about? You think he's lying about the disability? You think he's lying about the award letters that I'm looking at? Because they look like official documents from the state.
Okay, ma'am, it's like this. This guy is not good. Once we got married 9 years ago, I took care of him. Doesn't have a job. I made him to go back to college. I made him to get a degree. He's got a good job in IT. Okay, as soon as he got the job, okay, I don't want to be married anymore. Really? All right, you have a good job. Pay child support. Then, okay, he was paying $1,000 a month. Now I'm $1,000 a month short for 2 years.
Okay, I understand that, but you understand that he has a legitimate excuse for not paying anything, right? I understand it may be frustrating, but you do understand that, right?
He cannot work in IT. He cannot just push the buttons.
Well, if he
like
has something from a doctor saying that he cannot work. Until he gets something that actually releases him to work or he stops receiving benefits from the state, we really can't order him to pay.
Now, Judge Vonda steps in to explain everything. She says you can't make someone pay what they don't have, no matter how bad the past is. If Douglas is getting disability and Social Security, his income is protected by law. That means the court can't change the child support order unless he's allowed to work again. It's frustrating for sure, but in the eyes of the law, real medical proof matters more than just guesses.
support?
I think what he wants to do, he just wants to stay home, sleep until noon, whatever, then go out there, play guitar or whatever it is that he was doing before we got married. He just doesn't want any responsibilities. And I think he needs a reevaluation on his medical exam.
Okay. Well, you definitely can pay for that if you want to do a reevaluation or anything like that, but he can't give you what.
Miss Kirby isn't backing down. She says Douglas is just lying around, playing guitar, and avoiding his responsibilities. You can feel her frustration, and honestly, it's understandable. When you've been handling all the financial pressure by yourself, seeing your ex live comfortably on benefits can feel like a real punch to the gut. But once again, emotions and facts don't always match up in court.
I have. So I can't modify his child support or anything like that to make him pay you any more money. I just can't do that. Not when he has a legitimate reason not to be doing it.
Can you order him to pay health insurance? Because I'm paying $300 right now for the health insurance for the child.
Is that for the child only or is that
Yes,
for
ma'am,
you?
for the child only.
Okay, like I said, until he, gets some sort of clearance, some sort of W-2 paycheck stub that says he's making around the amount that he was making, I mean, you really can't do anything at this point.
Okay, fine. Even if though he receives less money now, but he still can pay child support out of that amount, right?
Well, he can pay, it's taken out of the lesser amount, but not from his Social Security benefit. It's not going to be taken out of that.
So there's nothing I can do about it?
Not at this point, unfortunately. Do you know when, you probably don't know, has the doctor said anything about you being released back to work full time or anything like that?
Nothing at the moment. It's not something I'm against. I was making good money doing IT, and she's right. She did.
This is the moment Douglas gets Rayall. He admits that Miss Kirby helped him get back on his feet. She encouraged him to go back to school and supported his growth. And that means a lot to him. He says he loves his son and was even saving for college before his illness took over. But now, he can't even look at a screen without his vision getting blurry. He's not just fighting a court case. He's fighting against his own body. This changes everything. Is he just avoiding his responsibilities? Or is he a dad struggling with real pain?
Go back to college and get my degree, and it worked out for quite a bit. I even set some money aside for college for Danny, but it's just at the moment I can't. And like I said, over 8 months it just kept getting worse. There's small signs of it getting slightly better, but it's really bad right now. I can't stare at screens. The numbers get blurred within it. At the moment, I do apologize. But it's not something I can do. I would love to. I love our son as much as you do, but I mean, right now, if we're being honest, you make decent. You make a decent amount annually.
I believe he's sincere. I believe he's being very sincere about what he's saying.
But when I can contribute, if I'm cleared, I'm more than willing to do it, Your Honor.
Yeah. It's always something. It's always some kind of excuses, Your Honor.
Well, the good thing is that if and when that time comes and he's able to make even more money, right? You
Correct.
Understand that your child support can go up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Correct.
So in the event that happens, you can get an increase, but just nothing for today. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No.
No? Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Judge Vonda rules there won't be a new child support order today. It's not because she doesn't care, but because Douglas has a valid legal reason. However, if he's ever cleared to work again, his child support will go up quickly. This case was full of emotions, anger, and hard truths. Miss Kirby feels taken advantage of, Douglas feels powerless, and in the middle of it all is a kid who just needs both parents to step up. So now we ask you, who's really in the wrong here? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if this case had you shouting at your screen. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next round of courtroom drama.
To go over what you all witnessed in the Kirby case. Mom was bringing dad to court. She wanted an increase in child support. Well, what is something interesting about this case? Dad had a disability that was documented. He had proof that he was receiving some sort of Social Security as well as disability. In that case, we couldn't really honor Mom's request today until Dad brings something back to court showing where he is released from a doctor to work minimum duties, some sort of paycheck stub to reflect the amount that he would be paid off of that, or 100% not receiving any Social Security or any disability. Then the court at that time will be able to honor a request of possibly increasing child support.